Update 5 is just around the corner and everyone's looking for what devil fruits to eat during the new update. So I'm going to be going over a tier list over PvP, PvE, and basically just everything else. So let's start off in C tier. We have Bari, and I'll explain why. Bari, it's a really weird fruit. It doesn't really have much combo potential except Bari Cage, and a lot of people know how to avoid that now. But if you can land it off, it's pretty decent for PvP. Other than that, for like bosses and everything else, it's really not good at all. Next, we have Horo. This was released during the Halloween update in 2021. It was a good fruit when it first came out, but it got nerfed heavily for dungeons and it turned into a really bad PvE fruit. I don't really see a lot of people using it anymore, so that's why it's all the way down in C tier. And the last fruit we have is Gummu. It also got a big nerf for its Gatling, and even though the nerf was pretty big, people still use it in PvP to this day. Normally people want this fruit because they want to be Luffy, the main character, and it's normally noobs that see the most potential in this fruit, but I even see max levels rocking this fruit in PvP, and it's sort of weird, but it's generally not a good PvE or PvP fruit. Next, let's move on to B tier. Mero, if you use it in PvP during the move stack era, you are a fatherless child. Literally no one loves you, and I don't even have any words for it. It's so busted because you could just one click of a button and you could 100 to 0 somebody in PvP so easily. Everyone was rocking this build and you couldn't even keep a win streak anymore without running into a Mero move stacker. But for PvE, it's not really that good. Next, we have Bongo. Gummu is a really good grinding fruit, and normally you're gonna see Gummu users in dungeons begging to like do dungeons with you and like get every fruit that you get. But really, Gummu users are just low levels that are expecting some sort of better fruit. They really had no choice but Gummu. It's not good for PvE and it's decent for PvP. Next, we have the mid-tier legendary fruits, which are Gura, Suna, and Zushi. Let's start off with Gura. Gura is a very good, very solid PvP fruit, and it's really good for combos. But when it comes to PvE, it's really hard to like do ship farming and krakens because it has such a tanky moveset. It takes a lot of stamina and it's really hard to hit one person with it, like a kraken. Next, we have Suna. Suna got a heavy nerf for PvP, where you can't use the first move to combo extend anymore. This caused many Suna users to eat a dark root after this, and Suna users came to a downfall. You can still see them in PvP sometimes, but they're not normally good. And PvE, it's good for grinding, but not really good for anything else. If you know how to do krakens, then that's good for you, but other than that, you really can't do anything with this fruit. Next we have Zushi. Zushi is mainly used by Candy Cane, Rokushiki, Ballhead, like that classic combo. But is there like any other potential to Zushi? I've used this fruit multiple times, but I really couldn't see myself enjoying it. It was really like mid. I can't even call it bad for PvE, but it felt like the meteors just got old and it caused me to lag a lot, so I had to get rid of it. Next, we have the A tier. We have Hiei. Honestly, Hiei is a very underrated fruit. I feel like it deserves a lot more attention. I see Hiei users in PvP, but they're not actually that good. I really hope to see more of them. But for PvE, I mean, it's decent. You can actually glitch bosses, but it's gonna get patched soon. But other than that, Hiei is a pretty underrated fruit. If you're really looking for something simplistic and good for combos, I would eat Hiei. Next, I can put these two in the same category, Ito and Goro. Goro is a big AoE fruit, and it's really, like, it's decent for PvE and really OP for PvP. It's not underrated, but it's also a pretty good fruit, so I can't even hate on it. But a fruit I can hate on is Ito. It hasn't been nerfed yet, and there's too many combo extenders to count. It's really bad for PvE, but it's the current best PvP fruit out there. So I would have to put it in A tier. And finally, we have the S tier. We have Mero, Magu, Pika, and Tori. I would say Mero is S tier because it has really good combo potential, insanely good PvE with hella burn damage. It really hurts. And it's overall just like a brain dead fruit, but you can't really call it brain dead, can you? I mean, it's a good fruit. It's S tier. And next, we have Magu. Magu, I could say, is the best fruit in game right now. Magu is super efficient. It's super OP for PvP because you'll do like 600 damage in Eruption and then just Magu Fist. It's just hell in the PvP battleground. I mean, and in PvE you have like the Magu Rain and you have all sorts of stuff. And it's overall just like, it's good for both. It's busted for both. So Magu is a really busted fruit. Next, we have Pika. Pika sort of got nerfed for PvP. I used to see a lot of Pika users out there, but I don't really see any anymore. I wish I could see more Pika users because they were actually good at the game. They had like Blackleg, Trident, and Pika, and that was their set combo. It was really nice, and that's when PvP was actually fun. I don't really see much Pika users anymore though. And finally, we have Tori. Tori might get a rework soon, which everyone's looking forward to, and even current Tori is pretty busted. In PvP, it has that burst, and it does loads and loads of damage. It only has one move, but if you learn how to use it correctly, you can really become a good person. But there's the other side of Tori, and those are Tori healers. I really wish they didn't exist, but they do, and it's sad. So if you're a Tori healer, please get rid of the fruit and get rid of the game. Thank you. And finally, we have the fruits that are coming out in the new update. We have Paw, we have Shadow, and we have Mochi. Those fruits are going to be the new PvP fruits, I can tell, because they look busted from the trailer, and they're going to be busted when the update comes out. If you want to invest in these fruits, then I would totally recommend so. Other than that, that's the full tier list.